Hey folks, welcome back to SK Rants. This is Shyam here. Today I'm super thrilled as I'm gonna take you guys through my experience and theater deep dive of South India's first and India's fourth ScreenX movie theater at PVR INOX Megaplex in Bangalore. Before we dive deep into the experience, let's talk about what ScreenX is all about. ScreenX is a revolutionary 270-degree panoramic movie format developed by the company CJ 4D designed to pull you right into the action. Unlike a regular theater with just one screen, ScreenX uses advanced multi-projection technology to extend the movie onto the side walls, creating a wraparound visual experience that fills your peripheral vision. Think epic battle scenes, high speed chases, or breathtaking landscapes stretching all around you. Available at select theaters like PVR INOX Megaplex in Bangalore, it's paired with Dolby surround sound for good immersion, making it perfect for action packed blockbusters like F1 the movie or Fantastic Four the First Steps. Ready to see what it's like? Let's go. We are at the PVR INOX Megaplex at Phoenix Mall of Asia, Bangalore's largest and one of the advanced cinema, boasting 14 screens and a seating capacity of nearly 2,000. Opened in 2024, this place is a cinephile's paradise, featuring premium formats like 4K laser Dolby Atmos screens, Insignia, and of course the ScreenX, the first of its kind in South India. Located in Yelahanka area of Bangalore on NH44, it's a bit of a drive from core city area, but it's well connected from any point on the city by road. If it's by local trains, nearest station is Yelahanka Junction, and for intercity trains, nearest station will be Yeshwantpur railway station. Through metro, as of now, the nearest station is Yeshwantpur metro station in the Green Line. If through air, it's about 22 kilometers from Kempegowda International Airport, Bangalore. But the modern vibe, plush recliners, and top tier facilities make it worth the trip. Parking's ample, but arrive at least 15 minutes early to avoid the choking on the service road. Tickets for ScreenX has dynamic pricing and can range from 250 to 600 rupees and can be booked through platforms like Book My Show, Paytm, District and PVR Inox app itself. There is a usual box office counter outside of the entrance for buying tickets physically. Pro tip: book early for new and specialty movie releases as these shows sell out fast. Let's look at the ambience of this multiplex itself first. The cinema is located at the third floor of the mall, reachable through lifts or escalators. There are two entrances, one for insignia screens and other for all the other screens. So once you enter through this main entrance, where there is a security and ticket scan, you can see screens 1 and 2. And towards the left is the way to Audis 3 to 14. Here, towards the right, there is F&B counter and on the left some seating area. Once you go straight, you can see the screens 3 and 4 on the right side, a washroom straight ahead, and a lobby taking a left turn. After taking the left turn, you can see a long display screen with latest trailers and ads on the right and a small stage on the left. Further down on the left side is the screen number 7, which is the ScreenX. Screens 6 to 8 are in this area, and further there is another F&B counter and so on. The F&B options here are typical of PVR INOX pricing, which is on the steeper side, with the Costa Coffee option, which is again expensive comparatively. I have watched multiple movies in this screen from its inauguration last year, but recently watched F1 the movie and Fantastic Four First Steps in ScreenX. And let me tell you, it was a ride. But first, let's geek out on what ScreenX tech is all about. So, what is ScreenX? It's a panoramic film format developed by CJ4D a South Korean company who are also behind the 4DX. And here, it uses a 270-degree multi-projection system. Unlike a standard theater with one screen, ScreenX extends the movie onto the left and right walls, creating a wraparound visual experience. The main screen is your typical high resolution display, but the side walls are lined with special fabric to act as additional screens, powered up by two projectors. Proprietary ScreenX software stitches the images together seamlessly, ensuring consistent colors across all three screens. Here's how it works. Films are either shot with multiple cameras to capture extra footage for the side screens, common in South Korean and Chinese productions like Train to Busan, or adapted in post production for Hollywood movies like Top Gun Maverick, which grossed about 60 million in ScreenX itself globally. The process involves scene selection, color grading, and mastering to ensure the side visuals enhance key moments without overwhelming the main narrative. Not every scene uses the side screens. Typically 50 to 60% of the runtime, like action sequences or scenic landscapes, gets the 270-degree treatment. For F1, the side screens kicked in for high-speed races, making me feel like I was in the cockpit itself. This tech is cutting edge, but it's just not about the visuals. ScreenX theaters like this one at PVR INOX have Dolby 7.1 surround audio, which enhances the overall experience. Now, onto the core of this video, which is the ScreenX viewing experience. On the entrance to the screen, you will see the ScreenX branding on the left wall and screen number 7 mentioned on the right wall and the Audi layout below it. Then you walk through the door, which directly takes you into the Audi, where you can see the main screen on the center, and right side the screen extending from the front to the back of the Audi in a slanting way. Walk a little bit ahead and you can see the similar screen on the left side also, along with the stadium seating and large ScreenX branding on the back below the projector. Altogether, stepping into ScreenX auditorium feels like entering a futuristic arena. The main screen is crisp, but when the side walls light up, it's a game changer. All three screens are made of the same material, but the projectors are not the same. The main projector is a Barco SP4K RGB laser projector with full P3 color space and more than 98.5% of the Rec 2020 with native contrast ratio of 2000:1. It also supports 4K HFR 3D and immersive audio bitstream. This is powered by Synionic. There are two projectors on the left and right walls hanging from the ceiling for right and left falls respectively. These are 2K DLP projectors and has lesser resolution compared to the main projector. This resolution difference is noticeable on the side screens, but as it is playing a part of our peripheral vision, this is barely distracting. The screens are aligned perfectly in this Audi that there is no image alignment mismatch anywhere. I have seen people complaining of mismatches at some other ScreenXs in India, which is absent here. The absence of a curved display style and having abrupt corners for the screens might be distracting for some, but for me, it was perfect. Looking at the aspect ratio here, the main screen is a scope screen with an aspect ratio of 2.39:1. So movies which are having a scope aspect ratio is the best content to watch here. As for the flat content DCPs, it will be pillar boxed with black bars on the sides, which actually ruins the whole peripheral immersion, with the image not continuous and breaking in between. I have seen posts in social media showing ScreenX with flat aspect ratio of 1.85:1 in other global locations, which I'm definitely fascinated and want to visit once. The audio specs of this screen has Dolby 7.1 surround setup with 7 speakers each on the left and right walls placed above the screens, 4 on the back wall and front left, center and right speakers with LFE sub behind the main front screen. There were no high channel speakers, which means it's not a Dolby Atmos setup. Also, no motion seats or sense here, as that's 4DX territory, but the focus is on visual immersion. Strap in for the ScreenX experience of watching F1 the movie here. It's a total adrenaline rush. The 270-degree panoramic screens transform every high-speed race into a heart-pounding thrill ride, with cars zooming across the main screen and roaring onto the side walls, making you feel like you are right on the track. About 60% of the film used the side screens. Think high speed chases, aerial shots, or dramatic flyovers, while dialogue scenes stayed on the main screen to avoid distraction. When the camera panned through the Monte Carlo's tight corners, the side screens filled my peripheral vision with vibrant crowds and sleek F1 cars, pulling me deep into the action. The Dolby surround amplified every engine rev and screeching tire, syncing perfectly with the visuals for maximum impact. You will feel like you are riding shotgun in a Formula One car. My favorite moment? A high speed crash scene where debris seemed to fly past me on the side screens. I actually ducked. It's not perfect, but when ScreenX hits, it hits. The ScreenX 3D experience is also absolutely electric. I watched Fantastic Four First Steps in 3D here. This movie has all the action scenes in the expanded aspect ratio. The main screen bursts with vibrant, crystal clear visuals that give every superpower moment insane depth, while the side walls wrap you in a panoramic spectacle with cosmic energy blasts and Reed Richards' stretchy antics zipping past your peripheral vision. When the human torch blazed across the side screens, it felt like flames were soaring right at me, the 3D effects making every spark and flare feel thrillingly real. Paired with Dolby surround sound, the immersive 270-degree 3D visuals pull you into the Marvel universe. Let's look at the best field of view here. The sweet spot for seating is the middle or slightly back rows F to K to get the full 270-degree effect without straining your neck. The auditorium's design ensures clear views. However, if you are too close, the side screens can feel stretched and some scenes might not use the full panorama, which can break the immersion for a moment. The seating is a stadium style seating with plush chairs which are super comfy with decent reclination. Enough leg space between the rows. There are proper recliner seats at the last row towards the back which are priced higher. Enough space is there between the first row seats and the screen, which is unique. Let's weigh in some of the not so good aspects of ScreenX. Number one is inconsistent use. Only 50 to 60% of the film uses the side screens, which can feel jarring when switching back to the standard format. Number two is the cost. Tickets at 250 to 600 rupees are pricier than standard screens, which might not suit budget conscious viewers. Number three is the distraction risk. Quick pans or poorly optimized side visuals can be disorienting for some viewers. And number four is the availability. With only 370 ScreenX theaters globally, it's less accessible than other specialty formats or PLF screens. So basically, ScreenX isn't for every movie. Stick to action, sci-fi, or visually epic films for the best experience. It's a premium treat, not an everyday watch. Now, how does ScreenX stack up against other premium formats? Let's compare. ScreenX isn't the only player in the premium theater game. Let's see how it compares to IMAX, 4DX, and Dolby Cinema, the big names in the cinematic innovation. ScreenX versus IMAX. IMAX, or Image Maximum Screen Format, uses massively vertical size screens with 1.90 is to 1 or 1.43 is to 1 tall aspect ratios, some of them using 70 film projectors or high-res single or dual laser projectors to deliver crystal clear visuals with unmatched detail. Its 6 or 12 channel sound system and towering screen makes you feel like you are inside the movie, especially for films shot with IMAX cameras like Oppenheimer. ScreenX, on the other hand, prioritizes peripheral immersion with its 270-degree view but doesn't match IMAX's vertical immersion. IMAX is more widely available with over 1,500 theaters in 80 countries compared to ScreenX's 370 screens in 40 countries. IMAX wins for clarity and availability, ScreenX excels for panoramic action. ScreenX versus 4DX. 4DX, also by CJ 4Dplex, is all about sensory overload. Think moving seats, wind, water sprays, and scents paired with a standard or ScreenX screen. 4DS is perfect for thrill seekers who want to feel the movie, like rain in a storm scene. ScreenX focuses purely on visuals, so it's less distracting for purists but less dynamic for sensory fans. If you want motion and effects, go 4DX. If you want a visual spectacle without the shake, ScreenX is your pick. ScreenX versus Dolby Cinema. Dolby Cinema combines 4K laser projection, HDR visuals, and Dolby Atmos sound for rich colors and contrast. It's less about the screen size or gimmicks and more about the picture and audio quality. ScreenX's panoramic view feels more immersive for action, but Dolby Cinema's superior clarity and sound make it ideal for dramas or visually stunning films like Avatar. Dolby Cinema is rare in India with only one theater now and some more incoming. ScreenX wins for unique immersion, Dolby Cinema takes the crown for clarity. Each format has its strengths, but ScreenX 270-degree visuals are unique. No other format wraps you in the movie quite like this. It's best for action, science fiction, or animated films. So, is ScreenX worth it? If you are a cinephile craving for a fresh, immersive experience, absolutely. The 270-degree visuals are a thrill ride for the right film, and this ScreenX in Bangalore delivers it with style. Compared to the IMAX's massive screen size and 4DX's sensory chaos or Dolby Cinema's clarity, ScreenX carves its own niche with panoramic immersion. It's not perfect, but it's a bold step in cinematic. Have you experienced ScreenX? What movies did you watch? And how did it feel? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you loved this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more theater reviews and movie tips. What's next? IMAX, 4DX, or something else? Let me know below. Thanks for joining me. Keep chasing epic movie experiences, and I will see you at the movies. Peace.